But I love my city. And so in closing here, I'm just going to let you all know, you'll be the first. It is my intent to run for mayor again next year and make it work.
Bell right there from the State of the City address. There was some question as to whether that would come out or not out of that speech, and sure enough, you waited till the very end. You stayed on topic, and then you brought that at the very end. Why did you feel it was important? Because there were some that said that shouldn't have been made at that speech, that address. That should be a different time. Why did you find it important to say it there and then?
Well, because probably for the last 6 months, I've had people ask me on a constant basis, are you going to run again? Are you going to run again? Are you going to run again? I'd say, well, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it.
The non-politician running again.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And I really had to think about it because, you know, this job is not an easy job. I mean, you got people coming at you 24/7. Yeah. You know, and even if you're on your own time, it doesn't make any difference. It's 24/7. So but I love my city. So doing it at that particular venue, I knew that I had the press. I knew that everybody was paying attention, so I could get it out there. So now everybody knows what my intent is, and then I don't have to say it 100 different times. And for the next 8-9 months, we're going to hear this, just a number of things come out as far as your competition as well as the issues and where they stand. And you came out in support of issue 2, and that brought you some grief. And we want to hear from some of those out there who are going to field that competition. Okay.
I think it was very appropriate to announce that at a State of the City address. You've got a majority of City Council here to hear about the state of the city. I mean, it's not appropriate to have city workers putting up campaign signs and working. I don't think it was appropriate to use the State of the City to do something political. So I'm a little disappointed that the mayor used this in that way.
So right there, Joe McNamara, who did your introduction that day at that event because you said he's a Rotarian, which it made sense.
Joe McNamara.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's Joe Zerby.
Joe Zerby did the introduction. I'm sorry. I saw Joe on the paper. I thought, man, that's ironic. Or is it coincidental, Joe doing that? Anyway, member of City Council president coming out. Obviously, he's posturing himself. That is the talk.
Really?
As far as he wants to run for mayor. And his name has been thrown out there as well as Anita Lopez. So those two names and that competition from a Democrat side of things, your former party, you are an independent, obviously, as mayor of Toledo. But when you see the people lining up, they say they've got something different to bring. Your reaction?
Bring it. It's that simple. If you got something different to bring it. You know, the bottom line is that when we took this thing over, it was on life support, and we fixed it. And we fixed it in a very aggressive but conservative way to where we actually have sustainability. So all I want for the city of Toledo is the best for the city of Toledo. So if they got something that's better, then just bring it.
A lot of the talk as far as from a liberal standpoint, from a Democratic side of things, as far as the middle class, and a lot of people have levied on you. Ron Rothenbuehler, the head of the Lucas County Democratic Party, has said that you forgot who you were in some of the talks that we've had this week and the stories. You came from that union background, and the unions are being forgotten by your administration. Do you feel that's fair?
No. But see, I haven't forgotten where I came from because I was a Toledoan before I was ever inside a union, okay? So I haven't forgotten about Toledoans. And they're the ones that are paying the tabs on any of the things that we're doing. So most people that I'm dealing with inside my city are not in unions, okay? They're the ones that are telling me what I need to do with their money. So I'm sorry if I made some people mad. I apologize for that, but I wouldn't change a daggone thing because it was necessary. We would not be hiring these police officers if we hadn't done some of the things we did. We would not be hiring these firefighters if we had not done the things we did. We would not be building fire stations. We would not be buying these police cars. We would not be fixing 61 miles of roads if we hadn't made some hard decisions. So if they're mad, okay, I'm cool with that. But the bottom line is that certain things had to happen. People weren't going to do it. They were going to kick the can down the road. They were going to keep talking politically about, oh my, and wringing our hands and all that stuff. We didn't have time for that. This city was in a critical position, and we fixed it.
Exigent circumstances and Senate Bill 5, do they play into the conversation the next few months?
For them, I'm quite sure it will, but I can tell you that actually SB 5 from the standpoint of Toledo governmental workers worked. Because what was happening is that when we first came into office and we tried to figure out, because we had this $48 million deficit, I went to the union president. I said, hey, I need your help. We can do something and maybe get your money back later, but right now we're in bad shape. And they looked at me and they said, Mayor, that's your problem. I said, come at me again? My problem? It's your problem. You deal with it.
Toughest question I'm going to ask you in our last 30 seconds. You ready?
Yeah.
Ravens or 49ers?
Ravens, all the way. They're going to eat them up.
No question about it?
Yeah, I got the Ray Lewis mentality right now anyways.
All right.
So.
Well, and does it involve deer spray? We'll leave that alone. Mayor, good to see you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us here on the Roundtable. We will wrap things up right after this.